On Tuesday, the 17th of December, Provincial Grand Master for Oxfordshire James Hilditch was the on-air guest of Adam Ball on the Drive Time show at BBC Radio Oxford, answering questions about Freemasons and Freemasonry in Oxfordshire.
Can't go for that on BBC Radio Oxford. It's 6:36, which means it's time for...
This is BBC
Radio Oxford.
The Oxford.
It's Oxford time. So, I've been looking forward to tonight's Oxford. So, my Oxford tonight is involved in something historically which has been quite secretive. In reality, they do a lot of work for good causes. James Hilditch is the Grand Master of the Oxfordshire Freemasons. Welcome to the show, James.
Good evening, Adam. Thank you for inviting me this evening.
Not a problem at all. I've been looking forward to our conversation all day because I've always been somewhat interested and wanting to really find out a lot more about the Freemasons. So tell us all about it then. Where did the Freemasons first come from?
Okay, in the UK it started about 300 years ago. Started with the operative stonemasons, which is where we derive many of our traditions and ceremonies from. But it's developed now, and we really focus on four key attributes, the principal one of which is charity and kindness within the community.
So, of course, there seem to be a lot of myths. Whether they're true or not, I don't know if they're myths. So, for example, a secret handshake, is that real?
There is a handshake, and it is used only in our ceremonies. It derives from the stonemasons' traditions, and, as I say, it's just used in our ceremonies as a way of distinguishing the different grades of Freemason.
So it's not something where if you went to a friend's Christmas party that you would use something in a handshake to discover who else might be a Freemason there. It is only used when you have your Freemason ceremonies.
That's right, only in our ceremonies.
Okay, and is it true that you have to be invited to be a Freemason, or how does that work?
Not at all. Many of our members introduce themselves. We have a website, oxfordshirefreemasons.org.uk. People can log on to there and register their interest, and we'll make contact with them.
So is there like an interview process then? Not everybody who wants to be a Freemason can be a Freemason, surely?
We do interview people because we like to explain to them what we're about and make sure that we are compatible with them, they're compatible with us, and that they will enjoy their ceremonies and they will enjoy meeting with us. So we like to meet them in their homes with their families as well.
Yeah, okay, I guess that's quite important. You touched upon ceremonies earlier, so explain what they are all about.
Okay, the ceremonies, the rituals are a bit like morality plays. They're about self-development. They take us through a journey about us so that we understand a little bit more about who we are and understanding the role of our importance in society. Okay, and are they quite regular? Lodges meet. Some meet 6 times a year, some meet 10 times a year, some meet only 2 or 3 times a year. And as you said earlier, one of your big aims as the Freemasons is to help people that are needy, that are less fortunate than others. So what are some of the things that you're up to at the moment that you can talk about? A lot of things. For example, about a month ago, I hosted an evening in Thame where we invited 24 of the local charities who our lodges wanted to support, and we donated £31,000 to them. Wow! They came from across the county. So the Eynsham Medical Centre, Helen and Douglas House, the Banbury Sea Cadets, Dogs for Good was another example. A couple of years ago, I was lucky enough to present on behalf of our national charity a cheque for £60,000 to Dogs for Good, based here in Oxford. Ah, amazing. And of course, all that money comes from the charity things that you do, and you obviously bank it, save it, and then you can hand it out to the people that you think in need of it. Indeed. Let me give you a couple more stats, Adam. Last year, we donated over nearly £50 million to good causes across the country. 50 million? 50 million. Wow. £50 million. That's incredible. And over 90% of that went into the communities. How many Freemasons groups are there in the UK then? There's about 200,000 members, about 8,000 lodges. In Oxfordshire, we have about 1,800 members. We have 55 lodges in 10 of our cities and towns. Absolutely amazing. And before I let you go, I'm really interested to know, you are the Grand Master of the Oxfordshire Freemasons. What does that mean? Is that like you're the chief? That's right, exactly that. I have responsibility for those 1,800 members and make sure they all are doing what they should be doing at the right times. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I meet them. I go out about 50, 60 times a year to go and meet them. And every time I'm warmly welcomed and thoroughly enjoy my evenings with them. We have a lot of fun.
Oh, amazing. Well, James, thank you very much for your time coming on the show to talk about being a Freemason. I really appreciate it. It's an absolutely fascinating subject. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
BBC Radio Oxford's Bulletin Board.
The Abingdon Christmas Tree Festival is in the community free space this week with 20 real trees and craft workshops. On Saturday, Santa will be popping in between 11 and 3 and the Abingdon...